Well, the zoo may be closed for the season, but there is still a lot going on behind the scenes.
Director of Scovill Zoo Ken Fry is back in our Critters Uncaged this afternoon with Dusty the Chinchilla.
Yeah.
Welcome back.
I'm a little nervous with Dusty today.
Why so?
He's a jumpy little critter. Chinchillas are just jumpy. They're great jumpers. You know, in the wild, they can like jump from rock to rock and up 4 or 5 feet, like straight up in the air, and so they're really good jumpers. And you can see the long whiskers that he has there in the front of Dusty's face.
Well, they're just moving. They're going to town.
And they usually hunt at night or look around at night, and the leaves long whiskers kind of help them from jumping from rock to rock and feel what's coming and going along. And they're really, really soft. It's like,
can we touch him?
Oh, please! You got to touch Dusty here. And
amazingly, wow!
My goodness, it's so thick.
So yes, very thick. And where we have like 1 or 2 hairs coming out of a follicle, they'll have up 60 to 80 hairs coming out of a follicle.
Goodness.
So
That's amazing.
And they're very fine hairs. We saw them floating around here before we went on air. And so they're very fine hairs. The tail is actually more coarse hairs, but they use the tail more like a balance, you know, kind of holding your arm out if you're on a balance beam. It's the tail's kind of like a rudder from jumping from rock to rock. And so, and it got the name Dusty because they take dust baths. And so if you have a pet chinchilla, you need to have a very fine bowl of dust in their carrier with them, because that's how they get the oils and things out of their fur. So they don't like to get wet. And so they,
a dry bath. So they just cover themselves in dirt and
and
takes
then
care of
shake
the
it all out and it gets oils and things out of their fur.
See, that's how I would like to take a bath.
Yes, right?
Cover myself in dirt and call it a day.
So I'm guessing Dusty is not native to Illinois.
South America.
Okay.
Yeah. And I'm sure there's a lot of chinchillas in Illinois, but yeah, they used to be part of the fur trade, you know, back in the, you know, kind of one of those get rich quick schemes. But it takes like 180 of these little bitty guys to make a coat.
Aww.
So
Plug your ears, Dusty.
Yeah, so it really didn't work out that well. But you know, the coats were very soft and they're very warm, but it just wasn't economical to make coats out of little chinchillas.
Well, I'm sure he is not minding the cold temperature
Not
at all with that thick coat like that. Let's talk about some of the fun things happening at the zoo. You aren't open just yet, but now's the time. If you've got some free time on your hand, maybe volunteering would be a fun option.
Yeah, we love our volunteers. They help run the carousel, they operate the train, they give tours in the zoo, they maybe do mobile zoo presentations where we'll take animals like Dusty out to a nursing home or to a school to show them and teach them about mammals and birds and reptiles and amphibians and all that fun stuff. And so we have classes that start the first Wednesday in February, and it goes every week, every Wednesday from 9 till noon, and learning about, you know, they'll start 1 week is just amphibians, 1 week is just mammals, 1 week is just reptiles and then habitats, and then how to hold them and present them. And so we really walk you through all those things, you know, to be a successful volunteer at the zoo.
I mean, it sounds like a great education, but also a really cool experience, just being able to be up close and personal with the animals like that.
Yeah, and the kids too. Yeah, kids are fun to be around. So if you're operating the carousel, even if that's all you want to do, sometimes just having a little animal knowledge when they ask you about the eagles that are right by the carousel, or the wolves or the flamingos, you can give them answers about, you know, those animals in the zoo. And so, retired folks, anybody 18 and over can be a volunteer at the zoo.
Okay, and it won't be long now when that carousel is going to be spinning, because the zoo's going to be back open here in a couple months.
Yeah, March 30th is our first open day. It's the Easter Saturday, so Easter Sunday is the 31st, and we'll have our critter egg hunt that afternoon as a free event out in the park outside the zoo, and we'll have $3 admission all day long. And it's a fun day to kick off the zoo season. So our 2024 season will kick off on March 30th.
Well, I know Dusty's counting down the days.
Counting down the days. And I know I'm going to bring my family over there to check it out. And if you would like to learn more about volunteering at the zoo or their opening day, head over to CILiving.tv after the show. We'll connect you there.